What's going on, Gemini? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for January 2023. So in this reading, Gemini, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice regarding January 2023 for you from your angels and spirit guides and much more. But before we get into this reading, Gemini, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Gemini, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Gemini. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy. We'll see what wants to come through for you for January 2023, Gemini. I almost keep saying January 2022. It's 2023. Okay. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Gemini. Okay. Let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you for January. We have Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience, Gemini. More inner study is now required to further progress. So you have the energy of Melchizedek here, the first thing Spirit wants to bring to your attention for January. So there's definitely something I feel you've learned that you don't want to repeat. There's something about like you may be tempted to repeat a certain pattern, especially to do with other people in January. We're going to have to get more information as we go along. You also have hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. All right, so make sure you do recognize your divine worth and you don't like unnecessarily throw yourself into like negative thought loops about something that's like, I'm just getting like unnecessary. You also have the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So there's definitely something about like you just not getting involved in any drama. I'm not sure what this is going to be about, but it's almost like you just need to like get into a higher paradigm when it comes to like presence. Or there's something coming through about like you're going to be so tempted to get caught into someone else's drama or make drama, you know, some sort of like psychological drama out of your life, even though it can be much more like simple. Okay. So we start this reading off with the Four of Pentacles here, Gemini. The Four of Pentacles is your opportunity. This is all about security, being very frugal. I'd be very careful about overspending your money. I would also be very careful about overspending your time or letting someone into your circle, letting someone into your family. There's something about someone wants to get inside of your own life. And you want to be very careful about that, Gemini. You want to be careful about how much you let your guard down. And instead of like going on a trip about that and being like, well, I could have done that. I'm such a mean person. It's like, no, you're not. There's something about setting a boundary that you know you need to do. Now your challenge is the Ace of Swords for January, Gemini. So with the Ace of Swords being in your challenge, there could be a lack of assuredness on your part. The Ace of Swords is about a new mental beginning or some sort of new beginning when it comes to the mind being ready to take action. There could be here that you are seeking thrill, you're seeking excitement, you're seeking new, and so you want to let something new in, or you want to spend, or you want to go here, you want to go there, but really the opportunity is to take your time. Slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. The other thing that's coming through very strongly, Gemini, for this Four of Pentacles here in your opportunity is always say less than necessary. This is to do, I'm getting with relationships, but also just like in every area of your life. There's something about like you don't have to just like be careful of what you, many times words injure people more than actions. Like an action can be forgiven. Words stick with people their whole life. So there is something about here like there's something about here you violating your own boundary. Like something's going to happen in January, I'm getting, that you do something, you violate one of your own boundaries, maybe by being too open. Then what happens is you go on a tirade and you try to overcompensate by maybe calling someone out, or maybe be very careful with your words. That's all I'm going to say for now. Now we also have your overall general energy, Gemini. The overall general energy is the Two of Wands, the Chariot, and also the Ten of Wands here for you for January 2023. So with this energy, it is a little bit of like a challenging energy because you're waiting. There's an energy of waiting, of plotting, of planning. That's why the Four of Pentacles is here. You being secure, you being like very patient with this energy. Now you have the Chariot, which is about willpower. It's coming through more so as willpower for some reason, and a vehicle to get you where you want to go. And the Ten of Wands is a burden. Something like the question to ask yourself is, what do you need to put down? We're going to have to clarify about this, but I do feel like that's the thing that I was feeling. You're going to feel like you want to just go. You want to let this person in. You want this new, but then that actually is not good for you for some reason, okay? This could be expanding or something. We're going to have to see why. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Tower, you also have the Three of Cups here in what you don't see coming. So there could be some sort of sudden realization that you have in January relating to other people, and then what you're going to do with that. I see happening here, Gemini. There's something here about drama and other people in for what you don't see coming. This could be with your loved one, it could be with work individuals, your close friend or family, depending on how it manifests for you. And you being in this state of really not knowing what to do with it. For a lot of you, this Tower comes because you violate one of your own boundaries. You let someone too close to you and your family. You tell someone too much. There also is something about you maybe being a little bit naive and not realizing that sometimes when you tell people things, they can use it against you. I'm sorry, I don't really like to I'd rather just have happy readings, but there's something here about like maybe learning this can make you also happy. Conceal your intentions, conceal everything. If you're because clearly you're making big plans here for your future in January 2023, I'd be very careful about who you tell these plans to. And that may be hard for you because you want to vent, you want to have trust, you want to be able to trust. But there's something about like, be very careful about that because other people can there's just something here about other people ruining something for you. Okay? And then when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands, and you also have the Hanged Man here in your advice from your spirit guides. So once again, that Seven of Pentacles the Seven of Wands is about putting up a boundary. It's very synonymous. Whenever you have the advice and the opportunity, a similar energy, be very careful about how open you are. I don't think openness is the way to go for you. Now, some of you may be like, well, I'm just a yes person. I let this be open. Well, okay. Well, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Like, I'm just here to read the energy. And the Knight of Pentacles is about slow. Go slow. I told you that. That's why your challenge is the Ace. I just feel like there could be an element of like boredom. And if you're bored, you're going to self-sabotage and like just, you may be careful about where you get stimulation from. Gemini, the Ace of Swords is here in your challenge. You could also want to do something, but then hold back. We're going to have to see what it's about. But clearly the Hanged Man is about surrender. It's about just hanging out, letting something take place over time. What that's about, clearly it's about higher learning. But let's go ahead and clarify why this is a big card for me. I don't know why this is standing out so much. Why is the Four of Pentacles here for you, Gemini? In your opportunity. Be very careful about telling anyone your New Year's resolutions. You know, people can ruin it, you know, like kind of like the energy of this reading is like, go have a love story and tell no one. Like, go somewhere, don't post it on social media. Go somewhere, or like something like that. You understand? Don't let people get in this. Other people's energy can ruin great things, even just energetically. Let's see why the Four of Pentacles is here. You know, there's something about like great generals win the victory and then they go to war. There's something about like if you just are in a blank slate, you're like, I want to do this with my life. I think we should all do this. You're giving away your power. There's something about just do it then. Don't tell anyone, just do it. Win through actions, never win through argument. Something. Why is the Four of Pentacles here for Gemini? One more after this. Let's see. Why is the Four of Pentacles here in your opportunity? Yeah. Okay, hold on. The Four of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Swords, the Six of Wands, and also the Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's something here about, okay, like, if you're after, for some of you, you're after someone in love here, or someone's after you, words are going to ruin it. And this is going to be, like, maybe misconstrued by some of you. I hope not. But clearly, like, before I say what I'm going to say, the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords, do not let your guard down for a second. You need to be watchful like a hawk. This could have to do with someone wanting someone that you have, something that you have. The Six of Wands here, they see someone's jealous of you almost to a certain degree, and you start to realize that. You're realizing the human nature. I really feel like you're seeing through someone's front. There's really something about something or someone around you wants something that you have, and you're letting them infiltrate what you have, and thereby lowering the value of what you have. I'm just pulling this as not for all of you. Now, for others of you, it's like, let's just say you're interested in someone in love. Let me give you an example of what this is about. Let's say that you're interested in someone in love. If you were to overtly be like, hey, I love you. I saw you. I'm in love with you. I think I want to take you here. I want to go there. Don't do that. Just love them. Sweep in with the bold move. Don't tell them, I want to hug you. Just go hug them. As long as you can read social cues and you know that they're open to it. But it's like if you want, like let's say you're on a date and you really want to kiss someone, be like, can I kiss you? Just do it. What happens? They say no and they slap you, and then it's like that's the energy. It's like, don't tell them, oh, I want to do this. No, just do it. And also put a guard up against something. Because words can ruin things, Gemini. They can ruin things. Okay, before we... And this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, maybe. And it's a very important point, so I hope you're paying attention. In 1825, there was Tsar Nicholas I of Russia. Tsar Nicholas I of Russia in 1825 was put into a position of power. The moment he was put into a position of power as the Tsar in Russia in 1825, and a rebellion immediately broke out. Okay? When this rebellion broke out, Tsar Nicholas stopped it, and he found out who the leaders of the rebellion were. Now, he brought the leader of the rebellion to be hanged, okay? And on the day of his hanging, the leader of the rebellion was to be hanged publicly. And as he was being hanged publicly, the rope broke that was supposed to hang him, and he basically didn't get hanged because the rope didn't hang him. It actually broke. And when it broke, there was some sort of tradition in Russia at the time, or some sort of thing about if the person who's being hanged, if it doesn't work, then clearly they're still meant to live. Clearly this is like something from God, and everyone agreed, okay, well, we have to pardon this person. The leader of the rebellion who we were supposed to kill, let's pardon him because clearly this is like some sort of divine thing. Now, the funny thing is something about words. When the leader of the rebellion, the rope broke, he got up on the stage and he was like, You see, nothing works in Russia. Even your ropes are stupid and don't break. And then he was able to live. Now, a messenger went back to the Winter Palace with news that the leader of the rebellion, the rope broke and he was spared. He did not die. Now, when the news was brought to Tsar Nicholas I, he was going to sign the pardon. He's like, okay, this is clearly an act of God. Let's sign the pardon. But then the squire said, he said, Tsar Nicholas said, was there anything that he said about this act of, what did he say when this happened? Like, the Tsar Nicholas was asking, what did the leader of the rebellion say? And the squire was like, well, sir, he stood up and he said that the ropes in Russia are bad and they don't even work. So, and then at that moment, Tsar Nicholas was like, what? Let's prove the contrary. Hang him. And the next day, the leader of the rebellion, who should have lived because it was a pardon, was brought back on stage and hanged, and it was over. Now, the lesson of this story is that words ruin things. Always say less than necessary. The king, Tsar Nicholas, was literally in the process of pardoning it. And they said, did he have anything to say about this? I said, well, yes, sir. He said Russia's stupid and the ropes suck. Kill him then. And there's something about this in your life that if you say something, people are going to use it against you with going after what you want or someone coming after what you want. Don't say anything. If you want to put it, and this goes for the people who you feel someone wants something that you have. Don't tell them, hey, I can't really hang out with you because you want what I have. Don't do that. Just be like, put up a boundary inadvertently, covertly. And some of you are going to be like, well, that's not spiritual. Well, go find Weenie Hut Jr. Tarot. Will have no qualms about this, okay? All right. Thanks for putting up with that, but it's a very important lesson. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see why is the Ten of Wands here for you, Gemini, in your overall general energy. Clearly there's some sort of like burden or something is coming to an end, but let's see, what is this about? Why is the Ten of Wands here? This could have to do with your work. Some of you could be really wanting to change your career, and if that's the case, I'd be very careful about who you announce that to. Other people's energy can always get in the way of that. Why is the Ten of Wands here? The Ten of Wands in your overall general energy is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Star, the Eight of Cups, the Hermit, the King of Wands, and also the Knight of Cups here. This could have to do with a love situation for a lot of you here. I feel like there's a big question of how you're going to move forward with someone in love that you're interested in or who is interested in you. I do feel like there's an opportunity for renewal here. If you've been in a commitment, Gemini, I feel like if you can maybe not be as open as you're used to, you can get what you want just by doing action. Versus if you like, hey, honey, can we work it out? Or like, let's say you're single and pursuing someone, hey, I love you, can I love you? Just love them. Don't ask them. Or if you're in a relationship, like, just do the things that would improve and be like, we need to go to a counselor. Maybe you do, but like, I'm just saying, there's something about that. All right, now, let's go ahead and see why the Tower is here. Like, this is the centerpiece in your reading. This is literally the centerpiece cornerstone card. And this is also in what you don't see coming. I feel like this has to do with some sort of thing that happens with people around you that throws you off. I'm trying to prepare you for that, this whole reading. Why is the Tower card here for you, Gemini? This could also just have... could have to do with some sort of identity that you have about a career, being identified. This is who I am. Something happens with that. Let's see why the Tower is here. All right, well, that's a little bit... You're definitely meant to renew something in your life. That's a little bit too many cards. So, bear with me. I'm not gonna take those because it's like literally 10 cards. Why is the Tower here in what you don't see coming? Tower is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the World, and also the Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with an upgrade that is coming into your life, but first you need to like let go of something here that may be very scary for you to do so. The Eight of Pentacles is often about productivity, working on something, and the World is about coming full circle, things coming full circle, you deserving a reward. The only thing is that you need to let go of this without any sort of guilt or without any sort of, once again, this has to do with some sort of boundary that's going to make other people sad. You saying no. There's something like the Four of Pentacles. You need to say no to things before you can say yes to other things. Success, everyone knows, is not about what you say yes to. I'm going to go to this meeting, I'm going to go to that meeting, but then I'm also going to do what I used to do. I think I'm going to say no. So there's something about you laying a foundation for the successful future is about first, before renewal comes deterioration. So the deterioration here has to do with some sort of thing about you putting up a boundary that then causes deterioration in your life some sort of way. All right. So with that being said, Gemini, let's also just get some more advice for you. Let's just also see why the Hanged Man is here. Why is this in your advice from Spirit for you for January 2023? The Hanged Man is clarified by the Page of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and also the Page of Cups here. Yeah, you might want to view something from a different perspective, not believing the front. I'm telling you that someone is saying there's some sort of thing about you deceiving yourself or other people deceiving you that you really want to look squarely in the face. The Page of Swords is about getting more information. The Seven of Swords is about theft, a lot of deception, not really good energy. It's one of the worst energies in the tarot, and it's standing out to me as that in this clarification. Then you also have the Page of Cups here. Two pages, the Seven of Swords, the Hanged Man. Don't be naive here, Gemini. I'm telling you, there's something about maturity in this reading. There's something about concealing your intentions. There's something about learning to play the games of power in your own life that you might not want to do. It might not feel authentic to you, but sometimes you have to do this. Or just don't take my advice and see where that goes.